Cheers. Gambe.
Gambe.
Welcome back to the Doughboys podcast. I'm your host, Logan, today with my lovely, studly co-hosts Formosa McGill and Flipping It with Cisco. Today, we are also joined by a very special guest at Samazon FBA. Hopefully, we'll dive into the origins of the handle there. And also, Sam has been selling on Amazon for over a year. So we're excited to bring him on here today to talk about his experience and his story. So Sam, thank you so much for joining us today and being willing to share your story with our guests. I'd love it if you could start us off with the origin of the handle.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me here. So Samazon FBA, it all started, I was going to the post office every day, as most of us Amazon sellers do. And I became acquainted with the post office lady, and I was a big shoe guy back in the day, so that's kind of where I got my start. And I was bringing in shoes every day, and she started off calling me Shoe Boy, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that nickname. And then as I was coming in more and more with these massive packages, talking to them every day, came in one day, she's like, "Oh, I got a new nickname for you, Samazon," and I'm like, "That's awesome. I can do that for sure." So the post office lady, shout out her, she came up with my handle. So go feel free to follow it on Twitter if you want. It's not very active, but that's a great handle. I just can't let it go to waste.
Absolutely
not. That is a really great handle, and I'm glad I heard the origin story because I definitely missed it. That's sick. I mean, I like Shoe Boy though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Samazon's better though.
Yeah, I think
Samazon was definitely the way to go.
Takes the
For
cake.
sure.
Yeah. So Sam, can you give us the rundown on how you got into Amazon and what was appealing about it to you? Why do you want to start selling?
Yeah, so as I kind of said before, shoes were kind of my origin. So I was reselling all the time, and then reselling kind of died around the time the Dunks started coming out, I guess. It just wasn't that profitable anymore. Spending $200 to make $20 wasn't that great of an investment for me, especially just with shoes in general. I wasn't loving it anymore. So I got into the Nike outlets and started flipping the bricks and did that for about 4 months. I did about 40K in sales, just straight up RA Nike outlets for when I started. I actually looked into my profit loss report on Inventory Labs and realized that I was not making nearly as much as I thought I was because of the returns with shoes. I was grabbing 25% ROI shoes at the outlet, and now I know that that's probably not the greatest thing to do, especially if they're women's shoes, because they love to return them. So I got kind of scared of shoes and haven't touched them since. It's something I'll probably get back into at a later date once I kind of have maxed out what I'm doing now. Or if I see something with a high ROI, 60, 70% ROI shoe, I'm not going to pass that up. Now I do everything else besides shoes. And for numbers wise, I'm at 45K on the month right now and rolling 30 at about 75K. It's been pretty consistent growth recently. June, I did 11K. July, I did 40 some K. Last month, I ended with 60K, and now I'm looking at about 70 to 80K this month. So I've been maxed out at bandwidth, trying to figure out how to get some of my time back. But things are crazy right now. I'm going very well, but I'm very happy.
Nice. So it sounds like you were having a lot of leakage when you were doing shoes heavy originally. So just for people who don't know, you said earlier you were doing shoes, and then you went to the Nike outlets and were doing bricks. What is bricks?
Yeah, so bricks, it's essentially like in the sneaker world, there's like hype shoes and then there's bricks. The hype shoes, the Jordans, the Dunks, the bricks, they're more like the Nike Air Maxes, the free runs, the everyday Nike shoes that you see, the regular.
Pegasus?
Yeah, Pegasus. I sold a lot of Pegasus, Court Visions, stuff like that. Pretty much shoes like under $100. Nike shoes under $100. I referred to as bricks just because they're not really movable above a retail price.
Now, so just a question, right? So thing that I noticed the same thing that you did, that Nike shoes just kept getting super return. The only thing that was ever really, really, really like profitable to me almost 100% of the time were the Pegasus. That's why I love the Pegasus. Hokas have been amazing. Have
I
you
did
dabbled at all with
little bit.
Hokas?
Q4 last year, I did a few Hokas. I had like a Hibbit employee discount that I was
What?
using for a little bit on Hokas. So I was getting them for like, I want to say I was getting them for like dirt cheap. Like it was like 30% off retail. And then they were selling for like over retail a little bit too. So I was making 40, 50 bucks a pair and they were flying FBM. I had that burnt out because I mean, most employee discounts do, but that was a fun ride.
That's crazy. And the reason why I bring up Hokas is because ironically, it's funny because once you like expand your mind with Amazon and you expand it further out to business and you start like looking at business trends, Hoka in the business world was taking market share from Nike. And around the same time that the Bloomberg was kind of going with that big is exactly when Hoka's really started reselling heavy on Amazon and started becoming super profitable.
That makes a lot of sense because as soon as I feel like everyone does. As soon as they start selling something, they notice it a lot more in the real world. And as soon as I started selling Hokas, I'm like, wow, there are a lot of people walking around with Hokas. This makes sense now. Same with On Run.
Yeah, even
those were, I've seen a lot of people wearing those too, and I sold a little bit of those.
Yeah, and even like the high end like gyms, they promote and give you like promo codes to get Hokas. Like
Really?
I go to Lifetime Fitness. I mean, I guess it's not really like it's a more expensive gym than like Planet Fitness. And then as soon as you walk into Lifetime, they have a big sign right there, like got your Hokas.
Yeah. They're really going for Nike's throat in the market share then.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
especially in the running.
Interesting. You mentioned gyms can sometimes provide discounts. Even Planet Fitness. I remember the site Gooder. They sell sunglasses. I don't know if you guys ever source there, but they always, or they did, I don't know if they still do, have a discount code with Planet Fitness where you can get like 15% off. So it's interesting being able to find like extra discounts through gyms or other memberships and just looking for other ways to manufacture your margin.
Man, I went to Planet Fitness for the free pizza.
They get free pizza?
Yeah, I mean, they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Really?
But I know back in the day, they used to give out free pizza.
Wow. Man, you're old.
I think a lot of that, though, going back to the shoes, I think that a lot of that speaks to the volume of like impact, just the impact on the market that the company Amazon has. Because like they're, obviously you start seeing, Hokas are profitable, you start selling them. But it makes sense. So many people are buying on Amazon, and then think about the sales they'd be making outside of the Amazon space. It makes sense that Hoka was like doing well. But to speak specifically from a personal experience from the shoe, like my aunt's a nurse, so I'm always like looking for ways to help her because they're always on their feet. So I bought her a pair of Hokas, and she said it helped a lot, like pain from the feet and like back stress reduction. So like the shoes are definitely real. Like they're making a very good product.
We're talking about so much shoes, and Amazon doesn't even sell shoes no more.
Crazy.
He's not the shoe boy anymore.
No, shoe boy is dead.
It's Amazon.
I killed him.
So Amazon, tell us a little bit about like, are you going for like replenishables? Are you just finding like gold mines right now, or like what? Because you said you moved away from shoes. So.
Yeah. Right now, or this month specifically, I'm at a very high spend. I've been doing about 30K spend a month, and I'm a little bit over that now on the month already. But I've only really had time to source just ripping replens. I haven't had too much time to diversify, like get new items, which is something that I'm trying to work on. Like hitting a minimum spend goal every day, but also hitting a minimum like new ASIN count per day or like a minimum new ASIN spend per day. That's been something I've been trying to do to keep my catalog fresh.
So you're building up that catalog.
Yep. I just want to keep that catalog fresh because it gets stagnant a couple days where your hot ASINs, someone new hopped on and you're not getting buy box anymore, and then you really feel it. So I'm just trying to keep that fresh. I got that from Logan, actually. Your strategy of going wide with a lot of test orders and narrowing down and looking at your data rather than cards, because that's like Ben. I joined one of your YouTube lives one time, and you told me that, and that has stuck with me very hard ever since. So thank you for that.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. That's so important. Going wide, not deep, and Keepa can give you like an idea, But at the end of the day, your data is going to be the best data to go on. So placing test orders and seeing how the ASIN actually performs based on that is going to be the best way to move forward.
And I want to take the time real quick to shout out Chris Grant. He tweeted something that he stole from Oliver Flips. Basically just building up your own catalog of ASINs, going super deep, and then using tools like Gazer to find out who's having the biggest discounts, and then just going back into your list of ASINs that have been profitable in the past, and then just reverse sourcing your own catalog continuously, because it was profitable once, it's likely going to be profitable again once the sales cycle hits, or if there's a stupid Rakuten deal going on, or what may have you.
Yeah. Shout out Oliver Flips. He came in and spoke to my course students a couple months ago, and he talked about that. There was some software, I think it's developed by OA Cheddar. You guys might know what it's called.
The Excel one?
Yeah, it scrapes all of your ASINs and kind of helps with exactly that, and makes that all
categorizes it, filters it, makes it so.
I've never used it, but he was explaining, and it sounded extremely helpful.
Or even another one. I remember what Logan would do. Let's say it's like a coffee, like those K cups that were selling. Sometimes he would dry up, or someone would hop on it. But then he'd look to see if you could sell it as a 2-pack or a 3-pack.
Yeah, check on those variations.
You might it's the same product that you already might have in stock, and then you find a new ASIN for it, and you're making profit again right away. So you got to be versatile, be able to pivot quickly.
I think we're talking about OA Cheddar. Does that sound familiar, Logan?
Yeah, they started off as a leads list company, but then they developed some kind of software or something too. I can't remember the name of the software though.
Cheddar Soft,
yeah.
Kind of go back to the data thing. I want to touch on, Logan, I've been on your leads list, both of them for I think since the beginning of the year, actually. So I've taken that data, and I have a monster spreadsheet of every single lead I've ever gotten from you. So I just go through that, and that's just more data that I can go
spreadsheet in the link down below.
No, that's on a thumb drive. That's got a password. That's more valuable than drop your best ASIN. Yeah, I use that a lot. Even when it's too easy to, all right, there's a Walgreens 25% going today. Let me go look through every single Walgreens lead I've ever purchased and or have gotten sent through a leads list. 6 months ago might be twice as much profit now, and I've seen that a lot. The price from when the lead was sent, it's $10 higher from when it was originally sent, and it's just those old leads you can go back to them and really make them more profitable.
Yeah, that's huge, and so many people don't do it, especially just looking at leads lists. A lot of people will use them in the wrong way. They just get on there and buy the leads that day, and doing that is fine if it's a low subscriber capped list, but going back to the old leads, which most people don't do because they're going to buy them once and then 3 months later they've forgotten about them. But if you're able to be the person to go back, then you can consistently replen and get that profit, especially like you said, if it's a site-wide sale, go check all of your ASINs that you have bought from that site and see if any are profitable. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I think I've got 3,000 just leads just in a massive doc from the last X amount of months on 2 sheets. So it's fun to play around with.
Do you like anime, or what is that in your background?
No, it's a local artist. He does a bunch of sneaker art. So this one's this was a sneaker event that I hosted. When I was 16, I hosted a sneaker event, and it was called Kick Swap. So,
okay. So from here, it looks like a Naruto poster with no.
It's the Simpsons and Hypebeast gear.
Cool. So we know you're on the leads list, but give us, the rest of the operational breakdown as far as sourcing, prep. How are you getting everything done in your business?
Sourcing, I start off usually going through dealsplus.com, checking top cashback trending, just going through I've got a list of daily things to go through. I wake up and reprice right away in the morning, and I go through my FBA or my FBM orders that I have to get out. I get some FBA prep done if I have to. But sourcing usually starts just seeing what's hot for the day and checking. Like I've got a list of like check for restocks, or like if like I'm waiting for Clinique to have another sale for the last like 3 weeks. So I've been checking Clinique every morning. But I also do a good amount of like flips, like on like eBay. Like recently I've been going to like Target in store a lot, doing a lot of like toys and stuff. Like the Barbies have been really hot recently. Like pretty much every Barbie's selling out, and you're making like $100 on a $50 Barbie, which is just stupid.
Shout out the Barbie movie.
Shout out to, I haven't seen it. I heard it's not the greatest. So I'm liking the money that I'm making off of it though. So that's good. But I've been getting into the flips a lot lately. One, actually yesterday I had a huge flip. These Grinch Christmas trees from Hobby Lobby. They are releasing Christmas trees right now in July or August. They retailed for $150, selling for about $300 right now. I got 15 of them like 3 weeks ago. And then yesterday they upload on Hobby Lobby's website, but Hobby Lobby was having a 40% off site-wide sale on seasonal. So I got them for $90 and they're selling for $300 a pop. And I got 20 of them. So that was like a $3,000 profit just in 5 minutes, just ripping Hobby Lobby Christmas trees in August. So that was like that, just doing those little pivots to like flips. I realized recently that's kind of what I want to do when I get my time back, is because that's the stuff that like gets me going. Like I'm hype after I do that.
It's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah, it's like that stupid money that shouldn't make sense. That's what like gets me hype. And once I get my time back and switch to a prep center and stuff like that, I think I'm going to pivot towards like those seasonal flips and just like the hype items that people pay a lot of money for.
And so how did you how did you get into Amazon? Like, how did you find out about Amazon?
One of my boys actually showed me about it. He was doing shoes too. And I was in like a sneaker reselling program. And funny enough, they hired me to be a coach in that program at like 2 months in doing Amazon. I had no business being a coach whatsoever. I look back at the old videos of me coaching people. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I got paid to give this information out. Like, this is just
that's wild.
So like you could watch one of Logan's Instagram reels and get more information than what I was saying in an hour video. Like I had no business being a coach, and that program is not the greatest. That's how I found it. And then I was like, all right, I'm doing this wrong. Let me figure it out for real. And I graduated college last year, and I decided that I'm going to work for myself. Thank you. So I'm doing this full time, and I needed to figure something out. So Amazon was working, and I just put all my time into that, and now it's really working. So I'm sticking with it.
All right. So the whole point of this is you just have to give quick answers, just straight instinctual answers. They can be anywhere from business related questions to Amazon related questions to personal questions to just random questions. Okay?
All right. I'm ready.
All right. First, if I can read my own handwriting. Bananas or apples?
Apples.
Amex or Chase?
Amex.
Platinum or Plum?
Plum.
Ooh, the fast quarter or the slow dollar?
Fast quarter.
Favorite vacation spot?
Nashville.
OA or RA?
OA.
Sell shoes or wear shoes?
Wear shoes.
My man, 50 grand.
I got one more. It's Amazon or Shoe Boy?
Ooh,
Amazon.
I should have added that one. That was clever.
All right. Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. Viewers, thanks for watching. Go check out Sam on Twitter at SameAsOn, FBA_. See you on the next one. Peace.